Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, you may be living a story that no one understands, a story you can't tell, even to your best friend. You love him, but you know you shouldn't. You are attracted, attached, trapped. He might be married, she might be promised to someone else, or maybe it's a secret relationship, one that doesn't please Allah, your parents, or even your own conscience. You pray and you feel guilty. You smile in front of others, but at night you cry silently. You know what you're experiencing is forbidden, but you can't seem to break away from it. In a city in Tunisia, a 23-year-old girl loved a married man for 2 years. He called her my hidden light, but the day his wife discovered their messages, he denied everything, and she was left alone, destroyed. Why are we doing this? Why are we staying? This video is here to ask the real questions, not to judge, to awaken. Because sometimes what we call love is just a chain we don't want to cut. Stay until the end, because we're going to talk the truth. And maybe what you're about to hear will change your life. Asterisk. Part 1. What is a forbidden relationship? Before going any further, we must ask a simple question. What is a forbidden relationship? A forbidden relationship is not just a relationship out of wedlock. It is a relationship which, deep down, violates a barrier. That of your faith, your morals, your commitments, or those of the other. It's when you're with a married person and you're not their husband or wife. It's when you have an emotional relationship in secret that you hide from your family, your community, God. It's when you know that person isn't good for you, but you keep coming back. It's also when you stay with someone who hurts you, but you call it love. This kind of relationship can be passionate, intense, but it eats away at your inner self. It takes your energy, your peace, your relationship with Allah. And often, it leaves you broken. Why do we call it that? Forbidden? Because there is a wall that we have crossed. The wall of respect, the wall of truth, the wall of faith. And you know what's the most painful thing about a forbidden relationship? It's not when she stops. It's when you keep going, despite everything, knowing it's going nowhere. So I ask you a question. When did you realize your relationship wasn't healthy? Write it in the comments if you have the courage. You're not alone, and what you share may help others open their eyes. Part 2. True story. Fadwa and the married man. Let me tell you Fadwa's story. Fadwa is 29 years old. She lives in Casablanca, in a neighborhood where everyone knows everyone else. One day, she meets Karim, a charismatic, caring, and funny man. But there's a problem. Karim is married. At first, Fadwa refuses. She knows it's forbidden. But Karim promises her, "I'm going to leave my wife, you and me, forever." For 2 years, they see each other in secret. She keeps it a secret, even from her closest friends. But Karim never leaves his wife. He tells her he's trying, that he's stuck, that he doesn't know how to do it. Fadwa still believes. She hopes. She holds on. Then comes a terrible day. Fadwa becomes pregnant. She hopes Karim will cope. But Karim disappears. He no longer answers calls or messages. Karim's family discovers their affair. Karim returns to his wife, who does not forgive him. Fadwa has a miscarriage, alone with no one to talk to. She is destroyed. She has lost her baby, her hope, her dignity. One evening, she wrote on a forum, "I know it's forbidden, but I still love him. How can I heal?" Her story is that of thousands of people who live in forbidden relationships and suffer in silence. So, if you are in a story that is destroying you, ask yourself this question: how much are you willing to sacrifice for an illusion? Because the truth, however painful, is the first step toward freedom. If this story speaks to you, write Fadwa in the comments. Share your story if you have the courage. Together, we can begin to heal. Part 3. Spiritual analysis: what the Quran says about forbidden relationships. To understand what a forbidden relationship really means, we must also look at the side of faith. The Quran, a guide for millions of people, is very clear on this subject. It does not condemn the individual, but it warns against what destroys the soul and society. In Surah An-Nur 24:2, it is said, "The adulterous woman and the adulterous man, scourge them each with 100 lashes." This verse emphasizes the strict prohibition of adultery, a relationship outside of marriage, which is a serious transgression. Why such severity? Because adultery destroys trust, breaks up families, and causes deep suffering. In another surah, Al-Isra 17:32, it is said, "Do not approach fornication, indeed it is a shameful and evil way." Here we understand that any form of illicit relationship is not simply a sin, but a path that leads to suffering. In the context of a forbidden relationship, what hurts is not only the act itself, but all the consequences it brings: lies, betrayals, guilt, isolation. Yet the Quran also speaks of forgiveness and mercy. He says in Surah Az-Zumar 39:53, "Say, O my servants who have transgressed against their own selves, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Indeed, Allah forgives all sins." This means that even if you are in a forbidden relationship, you can still get back up. The first step is truth, recognizing where you are and what you are experiencing. The second is sincere repentance. The third is to rebuild your life on solid foundations, with faith, self-respect, and true love, the kind that does not destroy. Take the stories of the prophets as an example. Dawood, for example, made mistakes, but he repented and found peace. So tell yourself this: is this relationship you are in a bridge to the light, or a path to the shadows? If you choose the light, then this path, even though it is difficult, will lead you to inner peace, freedom, and the blessing of Allah. Share in the comments a verse or phrase that has helped you move forward in your faith. If you have had an experience of repentance and change, share it to encourage others. Part 5. How to get out of a forbidden relationship. Practical advice and testimonials. Getting out of a forbidden relationship is never easy. It is a difficult path, often fraught with pitfalls, but it is possible, and above all, it is necessary to find peace. Here are some concrete steps you can start taking today. 1. Recognize reality. The first step is to accept the truth about your relationship. Sometimes we cling to illusion, to denial. Face the situation. 2. Cut off contacts. Whether it's by phone, social media, or in person, reducing contact is vital. The more you see this person, the harder it will be to move on. 3. Surround yourself with support. Talk to someone you trust, a family member, a close friend, or a spiritual advisor. Don't stay alone. Take care of yourself. Fill your time with positive activities, sports, work, hobbies, prayer. Rebuild your self-esteem. 5. Rethink your relationship with Allah. Find strength and comfort in faith. Prayer, reading the Quran, and meditation are powerful supports. Testimony of Salim, 27 years old. I was in a secret relationship with a married woman. I thought it was love, but it was pain. One day, I decided to end it all. It was hard. I cut off contact, went to see an imam, and started praying again. Little by little, I found peace. Testimony of Layla, 24 years old. I knew my relationship with Karim wasn't good for me, but I was afraid of being alone. Finally, I joined a support group, and it helped me move forward. I understood that true love begins with loving yourself. Remember, this is a journey. There will be ups and downs, but every step toward the exit is a victory over pain, guilt, and shame. So, today, take that first step. Share in the comments a small victory you've had along the way. Every story can inspire. Share a little victory in the comments. If you know someone who needs to hear this, share this video. You heard some difficult truths today. True stories, words of faith, advice for moving forward. If you are in a forbidden relationship, know that you are not alone. The road to healing begins with one step: recognition. Then comes the courage to change. It's not easy, but inner peace, freedom, and Allah's blessing are worth every effort. So, I invite you to think, to act, to speak. Write in the comments what you feel, what you decided today. Share this video with someone who needs it. Together, let's break the silence. Together, let's move towards the light.